Hi, my name's Matt from B Sharp Tech. Today I will be taking you through how to add content, or specifically how to add new pages to your WordPress site. So I'm just using a example plain vanilla WordPress installation. I think I'm using the 2020 theme that's running on my local computer at the moment. So first thing you need to do is log in, obviously. Usually your login is your URL followed by WP admin. Log in with your credentials and you'll be taken to the dashboard. On the left hand side here you've got pages. If you just click on pages, you got a list of pages. These are the current pages I've got. Pretty boring at the moment. Only a sample page and a privacy policy. But if you click new page, you'll be taken to the block editor. This is the standard block editor that WordPress uses. If it's the first time you've opened it, you'll get this little welcome to the block editor thing, which takes you on how the editor actually works. If you haven't used it before, it's probably a good idea to go through here. There's also a link here to a detailed guide that you can use to understand it further, but I'll take you for a quick run through. I've got Yoast SEO installed. I'll just minimize that for now, just so you can see the page. And the first thing you need to do is add a title, so I might make this an About Us page. And then typically what happens is it's broken up into blocks. So you got this little plus symbol here, and you just need to add a block. If you click that, you've got the option for different types of blocks, and it shows only 6 at first, but if you press this little browse all button, you'll get a whole list of different blocks on the side here. Okay, so you can add just a standard paragraph of text, headings, lists, code, all sorts of things. And you'll find if you put your cursor over them, they give you a little preview on what they are. Okay, so I'm going to go down here and I'm going to add a column block. And in this case, I'm going to go for a 30-70. So this basically means 30% on the left and 70% of the column size on the right. So you get sort of a little one on the left and a little one on the right. I'm going to add an image to the one on the left. So I select the image. Now you've got the option to insert from a URL, to add from your library, or to upload. I'm going to add from my library because I've already got some images, and I'm going to choose this image. And from there I can resize it. I might just leave it. You can add a caption if you want. And then next to it, I'm going to add a paragraph of text. This is a paragraph of text. Now you'll notice there's a certain color background here. You typically can't change that within the editor here. This has got to do with your theme setups. Also, the default font type will be set up in your theme. I'll make another video on how to change your theme, but in this case you can stick with the standard, or you can override it. You can actually change the settings over here, the colors, and you can even put advanced CSS etc. in, and override the font size, etc. So it's probably best if you set up your fonts within the theme, and then you get a consistency of fonts throughout. But yeah, that's one block. If you want to add more, you can obviously press the button here, and you can add more. Press browse all and you get a whole list. Now this list of blocks actually changes depending on what plugins you've got. There's quite a few plugins, free plugins and paid plugins, that enable you to add more blocks and more content and more patterns, etc. into this area. But these are just the ones that come out of the box. For instance, we might want to add a gallery. So this one adds a gallery of pictures, so you can select multiple pictures and insert them into a gallery. Now when you got your page looking how you want it, you can press save draft, or you can preview it, or you can publish it. So we might preview it, and you can preview it on a tablet or mobile or desktop. I might just leave desktop and press preview in new tab, and a new tab will open up and it will show us. And so with the preview you can see what it will look like with the heading, what the page looks like. And you'll notice some of the elements might change depending on your theme. In this case, the heading doesn't have this funny colored background that the page has. Okay, but the page also adds in other content that may be specified for that theme. Okay, so this is the content, and you can see here I've got access to it. I can close that down now and go back. When you're ready to publish, when all the changes are completed, you can press the publish button, and that will get published and available. Unless you decide you want to make it available so the next day, so that you can actually schedule the time that you want to publish, but typically you just publish immediately. One thing that I haven't mentioned though is Yoast SEO, sorry. That is for search engine optimization. So this is a plugin. It's a good idea to set this up before you publish your page. You can add things like meta descriptions. The slug is what will be added as at the end of the URL to make up the page. So this page is going to be the domain. In this case, it would be WordPress example.local/ and then about-us, right? You can change this, right? You might want to change it to something like about us, about B# tech, for instance, and that would change the way it looks and feels on the search engine optimization. Okay, meta description is always good. B# Tech is a technology company created to make people's lives more interesting with software. There you go. And now that's how it would appear on a web, on a search engine. And you can put focus keywords in, etc. It will tell you about its readability. At the moment, because there's not much content in here, right? It will actually say not enough content. Please add more content. Typically, pages get ranked better if there's more content. This pretty much is a useless page in its current right. So, but for an example, it works well. But in reality, you'd want to write something typically with quite a lot of content, etc. Okay. So Yoast is a plugin. If you don't have it, you probably should install it. It's free. There's a free and a premium version. The free version gives you quite a lot of functionality on its own. If you want more, say if you want to do multiple keywords, etc., the premium version is also very good. And then once you're finished, of course, you can press publish, and that then becomes available. So you can see here the slug about B# Tech, and you can click view page, and that page is now live and kicking. Now, because I'm logged in as the administrator, I've got an option up here to edit this page, and I can then make further changes to that page. Even after it's gone live, you can make those changes and publish immediately, or you can switch this page back to a draft and take it back offline, and then make the changes and then publish it later. after you make your changes. So that's about it. So this video is sort of explained how to add, create, and edit pages in WordPress. So if you need any help, just go to bsharptech.com.au and reach out to us. And I wish you luck with your WordPress. Thanks.